Hey guys!
Hello! So here are 7 cigar boxes that we'd like you to try to keep in mind, as you'll get to vote on your favorite 2 for our special fundraising project.
Fundraising?
Fundraising. Money.
So, we have a pile of cigar boxes here because we've been making them for the last year and a half or so. I ordered one from a guy online and he sort of took my money and then didn't give me a cigar box. So we kept nagging him for about a year. And he finally sent us one. But it was crap compared to all the ones that we'd made while we were waiting for him to finally send it.
Yeah. And I don't think he filled the order to what we had wanted. Didn't have the box that we wanted. Didn't have the number of strings.
Anyway, enough talk about that. Here is one of our prototype models. I'm sure Addie can point out some of our design elements.
Yeah, so we're pretty inexperienced with this, of course, because we had wanted to buy it, not necessarily make it. But on making it, well, okay, we have a cigar box and we have wood. What do we do with it? What were our requirements? So we knew that we wanted the wood from the headstock all the way down to the tailpiece to be one solid piece. You know, we didn't want to have to deal with gluing things or things cracking or what have you. We just wanted it to be solid. And a lot of the makers of cigar box guitars like to bring their tailpiece, like the wood that the tailpiece sits on, out, you know, past the cigar box, and I always thought that was kind of tacky looking, so I told Whisker we probably don't want to do it that way. What else do we have?
The main reason they do that is to have a really strong place to attach the tailpiece to.
I see.
Our tailpiece design is a little bit different. It comes up through a sound hole. The neck is a through body neck, so it does go all the way to the back. It doesn't poke through. Instead, we used a little L bracket of aluminum in there with holes in it for the strings.
Yep.
And then it comes up over the bridge. We like our design better than what's out there currently.
Yep.
But then again, we're biased.
And I think wood-wise, we chose poplar. It seems that historically, cigar box guitars have used poplar necks. Is that correct? And you know, it's a hardwood, and it's kind of green.
It grows really fast, so you know it's one of the only hardwoods that is very renewable.
Yeah, so that's why we chose it. And it's got kind of a... I always like how the colors turn out.
Because it grows so fast, it pulls minerals up into it. So you get some interesting patterns in it. Yeah. Long grains that you don't see in other woods.
Yeah. So a couple of other things that we also wanted was low string action. Because it's really obnoxious to have to use a lot of force to, you know, get your notes right and keep the strings from buzzing. So the nut is of our own fabrication, and
it's aluminum.
Aluminum, and yeah, actually the action turned out pretty well for these.
We tune these to a open chord, so just strumming it by itself, it already sounds nice. May really ring out too.
Swamp mossy. Yeah. Now you had some deliberate choices for these pieces of wood, I think.
The bridge has 2 separate pieces of wood in it. For this one, it's to cancel out some of the higher frequencies, we wanted this particular guitar to have a bit more of a mellow, lower tone. So we wanted to use the wood to filter out, the dissimilar wood to filter out some high frequency stuff. And these guitars do have pickups on them as well.
Because we wanted to be able to play them acoustically as well as plug them in and get them all crunchy sounding. So.
They sound good acoustic, they sound good through a big crunchy tube amp.
Yeah. And I think one other thing, so this particular one, did we have the mouse sander yet? I don't know if we did.
Yeah.
So, which means I probably hand sanded this with sandpaper, you know, sheets, little. So it was
These
blood,
necks
sweat, and
take
tears.
a lot of work being
Yeah.
one piece.
Yeah, they do. And so we wanted to make sure not only that it was smooth, of course, so that it wouldn't hurt when you were doing slide guitar, but there's also this nice little ledge, I guess you could call, just to keep your hand from getting so excited that it would slide all the way up to the tuners.
Yeah, show it fits the thumb perfectly when you come up, so you can really feel where you are.
Yeah. And then we also wanted to just, you know, make it look nice, and so we added a nice S-shaped curve for the headstock. Again, hand sanded, blood, sweat, tears. It was awful.
Alright, so let's take a look at these boxes. We want you guys to pick out which boxes we're going to turn into guitars. We've got 2 necks that we're going to be using, so we got to pick out 2 of these boxes.
That's
Here.
number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Okay, this is a sun-grown
box.
It's got a really nice color to it.
Like a deep burgundy.
It's got a bit of a scratch on the top. I'm going to try to use a few tricks to get that to disappear. But other than that, the box looks really nice.
Yeah.
So that's box 1. Box 2, this will definitely be a tenor guitar because it's so small. This is a very nice black box. No problems with this at all.
Here's number 2.
Number 2. This one will end up being glued shut very nicely.
Yeah. Aged 12 years.
Ooh, Ashton. Always fun. This is a nice heavy box. This will probably make a very electric guitar kind of noise because it's got such a rigid top to it. And it's thin and it's got a nice heavy clasp. So it'll feel definitely electric guitar-like. I won't be able to keep this label though because it's bubbled up. I'll actually have to take that label off and just use the wood itself.
That's number 3.
So that's box number 3.
Yeah. And then box number 4.
Perdomo.
Perdomo.
Looks like that one's got a little bit of a ding on it. Let's see if we can take care of that. But this will actually be the top of the guitar.
Yep.
The sound hole will be there. Strings will go across that.
And the neat thing about this is that the
hinge is completely different on this box.
Ooh, it smells good.
Yeah.
The cool thing is that it's got this nice
the
flamed maple.
And I'll try to bring some of that out on this side if we can. That's box number 4.
Alright.
This is again a very heavy box. So that'll give a nice electric guitar sound rather than a acoustic sound. I could use either side of this one, honestly. It's a really heavy hinge on this.
I guess it's a good sign you can't get it open.
There she goes. So these come out, but even with them out, it's very, very rigid, so it's going to have a very tight sound to it.
Wait.
Which number is that?
5.
Number 5.
Don Thomas.
These make really nice cigar boxes because they're so long. They resonate really nicely.
Yeah. I think some of our
I
best
have
ones.
one that's made out of this that'll be included in the auction. It's already finished. don't know how resonant you can hear that, but it really likes to take sound and amplify it. So that's number 6, box 6.
Box 6. And last but not least, Padron.
I've made and sold one with these. The people that got it really liked it. I did it in a tenor out of this one, and I actually put a nice big sound hole in the back of it. Slightly different design, and I can do that again if need be. It's got this X, so what I do is I just sand off that very top layer, and I turn it into sort of a starburst, sunburst, fade from the darker to the lighter. And it turns out pretty nice after I refinish it. But these are, once they're glued shut and they've got the neck through there, they're very nice. And they make a really good tenor guitar. It sounds very ukulele or banjo-esque. Which number is this? Number 7.
7.
So this is the last one. We've got multiple copies of each one of these boxes, so if everybody insists that we do 2 of the same, I think we can handle that. I think we got 2 copies of all these except the Perdomo.
No, the Ashton.
The Ashton we only have 1 of, the Perdomo we only have 1 of. The rest of them we have plenty. So we got a whole pile of cigar boxes.
Yep.
So let us know which ones you guys would like to see put into a guitar.
Yes.
Each one has its own bracing challenges on the inside, so...
So they'll be each custom made to fit each box.
Yep.
So let us know, Twitter, or here in the comments for YouTube, or in Tumblr.
Yeah. And you need to let us know right now, because we're going to be building them tomorrow. So, it's got to be today. As soon as you see this video, leave a comment or send a message to us on Twitter with which number box you'd like to see.
Do it.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
We post videos all the time, so don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Twitter at TYMKRS.